Hey guys, before we get into the video, I wanted to announce once again that I am hosting a contest for the home entertainment release of Venom on 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and DVD. Through this contest, you can have a chance to win a signed copy of the film by Todd McFarlane, who is the co-creator of Venom himself, as well as a prize pack full of Venom goodies. Now, to enter the contest, you're seeing the rules on screen right now. Rule number one, and this is the most important thing, you have to be living in Canada. Do not send in a submission for the contest if you are not residing in Canada. With that out of the way, the actual entry is by sending in your Venom-inspired artwork or fan art to caboosecontest@gmail.com. So if you draw up or make some really cool artwork inspired by the character of Venom, send in that artwork to that Gmail listed on screen there, caboosecontest@gmail.com. Make sure you do not share your art publicly until after being potentially selected as a winner, and then keep it clean. Your entries must not be disparaging of any of the characters that you are drawing. If you don't follow any of the rules, your submission will be disqualified. And then, of course, don't cheat. There's going to be an extensive Google search on every single submission sent in, so don't even try to steal some artwork off of Google and count it as your submission. Follow all these rules, and like I said, you'll have a chance to win some awesome stuff that are themed around the film Venom. The contest ends on December 31st, so you still got some time left. Get your entries in. Good luck, and with that said, enjoy the video. Hey, what's up you guys? It's Caboose bringing you another Spider-Man PS4 video, and today what I got for you guys is a video that I'm sure a lot of people have been waiting for me to make for a very long time now, but I was just holding it off until we got all the suits in the game. Today I'm going to be ranking every single alternate suit in Spider-Man PS4 from my least favorite to favorite. Now, before we get into everything though, I wanted to ask you guys, of course, if you could leave a like rating on the video as it shows your support, and I would really appreciate it. So if you could leave a like, that would be awesome. And with that said, well, let's just jump right into this. Now, listen, I believe we got somewhere around the range of 38 suits in Spider-Man PS4. There's a lot of suits in the game. Okay, let's just put it that way. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rapid fire through a lot of these and not give you too much of an explanation as to why each suit is in their specific spot on the list, because otherwise we're going to be sitting here for like well over an hour talking about all these suits in Spider-Man PS4. So we're going to rapid fire through a bunch of these, and then as we get closer down the list, then I'll start taking a little more time to give you guys some explanations as to why I love the suits involved, and then why I place them where they are on the list. Alright, at the very bottom of the list, and this is probably at the very bottom of most people's list, it is the Undies suit, okay? Let's not talk too much about it, alright? It's Spider-Man in underwear. It's funny, it's gimmicky, but it's not like a fantastic suit or anything. It's definitely funny, and I use it from time to time just purely for the joke, but it's not something I'm like, yo, this suit, this is legit, okay? Next up, Spirit Spider. I do enjoy this suit. I just feel it doesn't work in Spider-Man PS4. It breaks immersion a lot. For photo mode and certain purposes like that, it is still fun to use. Honestly, there's nothing on this list where I'm like, you know, I genuinely hate this suit. I really don't hate none of the suits in Spider-Man PS4, but the Spirit Spider, you know, it's just kind of there. It's just, it exists, all right? I don't use it very often. I just like to take some photos with it every now and then, once in a blue moon with a blue flame. Okay, next up, we got the Electro-Proof suit. This one's just nothing special, to be honest. That's the only reason I have it so low. I don't see anybody that uses this suit. It's been in plenty of Spider-Man games before, so it's just whatever. You know, it's not like a bad suit again, but it's not a great suit that I'm losing my mind over either. Next up, I got the Wrestler suit. This is one that I really don't use at all, but I do appreciate it just because of the design that's done here, and because, of course, for the lore behind it. You know, the Wrestler suit is the original suit that Spidey crafts for himself to conceal his identity before he's able to create a legitimate Spidey suit. So it's still an appreciated suit. It's just one that I don't use at all, like ever. All right, next up we got the ESU suit. I do like that this suit exists in the game, and it is a very challenging suit to unlock, and I like that, you know, it was a bit of a secret one to get by getting all those secret photos. But other than that, again, not a suit that I'm using very often. It's pretty much as close as we're going to get to having free roam with Peter Parker in Spider-Man PS4, so I like it for that aspect. But other than that, I'm never using the ESU suit. And then next up, the Fear Itself suit. I feel like this one's a little underrated in my personal opinion. It gets a lot more flack than I think it deserves. It still looks great when you're swinging around at night, and I love the color on it. Of course, it's just the gauntlets is what ruins the suit for me. The gauntlets is what makes the suit not so great, but still, again, I think this suit gets a lot more flack than it deserves. It's still a pretty decent looking suit. Then I got the Resilient Suit. This is one of those originally designed suits for Spider-Man PS4. It was in the Heist DLC. I still like this suit as well. I like the metallic look on it. It's just the more that I used it, the less that I liked it as I initially did when I first saw it revealed to us. The small eyes are really cool. The metallic look is really cool. I just feel there may be a little too much blue on the suit, and that might be where my problem is with the Resilient Suit. Alright, and we're continuing on here with the Aaron Aikman costume. This was in the latest DLC for Spider-Man PS4, of course, being in Silver Lining. And again, I don't hate any of the suits on this list. I definitely don't hate the Aaron Aikman suit. I love the boots, and I really do like the helmet design on this, or the mask, whatever you want to call it. I love the way that it looks. I love the squared eyes and the little extra pieces of glass or whatever it might be on the helmet. It's a really cool looking helmet. It's just, I think, again, it's another suit where the more that I used it, the less that I liked it. You know, it's still not something that I hate. I just didn't have a love for it like I did when I first saw it revealed to us during that massive news dump for the Silver Lining DLC. And then moving on, we got another originally designed suit. This is the first originally designed suit that we had revealed to us for Spider-Man PS4. That is the Velocity suit. This one's not bad. You know, I feel like the eyes, it's a little weird, and the glow on it just doesn't work the way that I wanted it to when you're swinging around during nighttime. It's got a cool suit power, so I'll give it that much, and it does overall look like a very interesting design for Spider-Man, and I'm happy to see that Insomniac was able to include some of their originally designed suits in this game. Then moving on, we have the classic suit, but the damaged variation of it. I like this. I feel it is a bit of a waste of a slot. Maybe there could have been just something where we went over to the classic suit and we had the option to either choose the damaged or non-damaged version of it. But I do like the damaged version of it. I just feel that it was a bit of a waste of a slot. You know, it just takes up an extra slot for a suit we could get in Spider-Man PS4, but it looks cool. It's more vibrant than the normal classic suit for some reason, and it can get some really cool photos out of it as well. So I'm not knocking it too much. I do enjoy using it every now and then. Then next up, we have the Spider Armor Mark II. This is a suit where I do like the design of it, and I'm really happy that it's in Spider-Man PS4, and Insomniac designed it very well, but we've seen it so much. It's been in previous Spider-Man games before, so that's the only reason it's this low on the list, is because, you know, I've seen it so much that I'm starting to get sick of it. It's not a bad suit by any means, and Insomniac, like I said, did a fantastic job designing the suit in Spider-Man PS4. It's just the suit itself we've seen so much of in previous Spider-Man games that I'm starting to get a little sick of it, all right? And then I got the Mark III suit coming after that. This is the Ends of Earth suit, or as some people will know in the comic books, and it's not bad at all. I like the eyes. I like the armored design of it. A lot of people are not a big fan of the armored design suits in Spider-Man PS4, especially since we've got quite a bit of them. I'm not one of those people. I do enjoy a lot of these armored suits in the game, and this one is a cool one to use. When you're free roaming around with it, it doesn't look too bulky. It really genuinely looks like a cool suit of armor that Spidey has on him, and the helmet on this one looks fantastic as well. The eyes on it look great. But continuing on with the rapid fire, we got the Negative Suit now, and this one I do like, especially considering it was based off of the Advanced Suit's design and not based off of how the Negative Suit looks like in the comics. I appreciate that Insomniac did that. I think what disappoints me about this suit, though, is that there is no story purpose to it whatsoever. We first caught wind of this existing in Spider-Man PS4 through some of the Pop toys. There was a leaked Pop figure, and it was of the Negative Suit, so everyone was expecting, oh, when Spider-Man gets touched by Mr. Negative, he's going to turn into the Negative Suit Spider-Man, and that might be something that happens throughout the story, and unfortunately, it wasn't at all, and I guess that's what disappoints me. Maybe an expectation that I set up when I thought that the suit was going to be in the game. It's still a cool suit, but it's just whatever to me, you know. I don't use it very often. I can take a couple of cool photos with it at night, but it's disappointing that there was just no story purpose to the negative suit in Spider-Man PS4. And then we got the Secret War costume. This is another really underappreciated suit in Spider-Man PS4. I love the texture on this thing. When you zoom in on it in photo mode, it looks phenomenal. The blue emblem on the back looks awesome. When you're swinging around in daytime, there's something so vibrant about this suit, so I really do love it. And then we got the Spider-Punk suit. This one holds a very special place in my heart because I believe the Spider-Punk suit was the first alternate costume we had revealed to us for Spider-Man PS4. Back when we had the Game Informer coverage in April, or I believe in March, around that time, we had our very first alternate suit revealed to us for Spider-Man PS4, and I think, if my memory does serve me correct, it was the Spider-Punk suit. Up next is the Last Stand costume, and I really do love this one in Spider-Man PS4. We've seen this in previous Spider-Man games as well, but it's designed to perfection in this game. What really catches my eye with this costume is that non-detailed mask, you know, just the plain red mask with the expressive eyes. It looks phenomenal, and the jacket is so cool. It's just such a badass looking suit, and I'm very happy it was in Spider-Man PS4 because, like I said, Insomniac designed it to perfection. It looks so good. The textures on it, especially on that mask, I love it. Then we got the Cyborg Spider-Man suit. This was in the latest Silver Lining DLC. Some people are not a big fan of this. In fact, a lot of people are not a big fan of this. This was a suit that was on my original wish list for Spider-Man PS4 long ago when I made a collaboration video with Gaming Unboxing Reviews. We did a collaboration talking about suits we wanted in Spider-Man PS4, and this suit was on there for my wish list. I know in the comics it doesn't have a goofy storyline to it at all. It's a very serious storyline, obviously, but in the game, in the premise of the game, it's just something that is supposed to be a little fun, a little goofy, and I embrace that. The metal arm is awesome, and all the different designs in it are really cool. The stitching on the suit is really cool, and it does have that same sort of vibrance that the damaged classic suit has. So I love the Cyborg Spider-Man suit, and I know it has a serious origin in the comic books. It's just in the context of the game, it's a very goofy, out there kind of suit. And now up next, to much people's surprise, I actually got the Spider UK suit. Now the reason that I'm sure some of you might be surprised is because, well, when I first saw this suit revealed to us, I just wasn't feeling it. Honestly, I was like, you know, the suit just doesn't look that good. But when I got to see it in game, and when I got to free roam with it and use it in game, I really grew an appreciation for the Spider UK suit. The emblem on the back is, in my opinion, the best Spidey emblem that we have out of all of them in Spider-Man PS4. It looks so cool, and I believe they also have that spider tracer thing on his wrist that comes from the Spiderverse, so that's a nice little Easter egg. And just the more that I look at this suit, I can't explain it, the more that I grow an appreciation for it. So I really did love this suit the more that I used it, and I can say the same for my next costume on my list here, being the Spider Armor Mark IV suit. This is, as some people might know, the all-new, all-different Spider-Man from the comic books, and in the comics, I thought this suit was bad. I truly just wasn't feeling the look of the suit when I saw it in the comics, but as a 3D render in Spider-Man PS4, I was like, wow, I think I was wrong about this one. This suit actually looks badass, and the glow on it and that metallic look on it looks fantastic. The little hints of green in there are great. So this is another one of the suits just like the Spider UK suit, where the more that I used it and the more that I saw it in game, I just grew such an appreciation for it. Then we got the Noir costume. Now, honestly, after seeing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I really wish that we got that look of the Noir suit in Spider-Man PS4. But nevertheless, this is always one of my favorite suits in Spider-Man comics. It looks so cool, and the origin behind it is awesome. So I was very happy to see it in Spider-Man PS4. This was another one that was revealed to us very early on during the Game Informer coverage. So it's another one that just holds a special place in my heart. I do love this suit, and I'm glad that it's in Spider-Man PS4. The different options that you can get out of this in photo mode are really great, and I've taken some of my best photos in photo mode for Spider-Man PS4 using this suit. Then next up, we got the classic suit. This is one that there's really not much to say about it. This is the classic Spider-Man suit. It had to be in Spider-Man PS4, and of course having those expressive eyes added onto it, it's fantastic. It is the suit that we know and love from Spider-Man comics, and I'm glad that Insomniac just put it in there. There's no bells or whistles. It is just the classic suit. It looks phenomenal. Then I got the big time suit. Again, another one we've seen in a lot of Spider-Man games before, but I really love the design of it in Spider-Man PS4. It's complemented very well when you're swinging around during the nighttime, and I'd say that for a lot of suits that have that glow on them, but this one especially, you can just get that vibrant green glow, and you can get some really cool photo mode stuff with this suit. It looks really, really good. You know, it's just one of those suits where it looks great in the comic books, so it's definitely going to be translated well as a 3D render in a video game. Then I got the MCU Iron Spider suit. I love this suit and just the design of it in Spider-Man Homecoming, and then of course what we saw in Infinity War. So I was very excited to see that it was being included into Spider-Man PS4. And then of course through this we got the Iron Spider arms as the suit power for it, and it's great to see that Insomniac took that extra step and included the spider legs as a part of this suit's suit power. So that was really great. And yeah, it's a good looking suit. You know, it's a great looking suit. The MCU suits in general are fantastic, but we'll get to some more of them in a second here. Specifically, next up, we have the Homecoming Suit, being the Stark suit in Spider-Man PS4. This is Spider-Man's main costume in the films right now. You know, the one that he wore in Spider-Man Homecoming and for part of Infinity War, and it's a great looking suit. I love that it has the smaller eyes, and there are still expressive eyes. They maintained that within Spider-Man PS4, so I like that about it. You know, the black lining in it is great and everything, and this was a suit that, hey, I was wrong about, because at first I was like, I don't know if we really need this in the game. It's so similar to the classic suit, and after having seen it and after having used it for so long, I was definitely wrong about that. There are so many differences between this suit and the classic suit, and all those little tiny details Insomniac paid attention to, so it's great. Then I got the regular 2099 suit, the normal, iconic 2099 suit, and honestly, this is one of the most recognized Spider-Man suits in Spider-Man history, you know, in Spider-Man lore. You know, we got, of course, stuff like the black suit or the main classic suit, but this is one of them. You know, when we had the 2099 suit or that whole universe introduced in comics, people went crazy for it, so there's no way they wouldn't have included it in Spider-Man PS4. It's a great looking costume, and they definitely did it justice in this game. Then I got the Homemade Suit from Spider-Man Homecoming. Of course, this is the Spidey suit that Peter has made himself before he's ever introduced to Tony Stark or anything. This is the suit that he was using, and it's so good looking in Spider-Man PS4. This is like the best look we've really got at this suit is from this game. You know, we really never got an awesome close look at the entire suit in Spider-Man Homecoming. It's always kind of blurred or it's in the dark or whatever. So finally having it in Spider-Man PS4, we can get a really good look at this costume. And it's so damn cool. The hoodie, you know, the string coming off the hoodie too. I remember one of my favorite moments was using this suit in story mode, and Spidey's hanging upside down in a cutscene, and you can see the strings from the hoodie are kind of like the physics on them are working as they should be, and I love that. It's such a cool suit, and the eyes are expressive on it too, which I was so happy to see because I love the goggles on it. It's just such a great costume, and I'm so happy it's in the game. And then next up, we got the Anti-Ock suit. This is the costume you get at the end of the game when you're just about to go and fight Doc Ock. And it's a cool looking costume. It's basically the advanced suit that we have in Spider-Man PS4, but of course it's armored. You know, he's put a layer of armor on top. It's this yellow and black design, very much like the design of Doc Ock's arms. So it's kind of using that same tech, and it's freaking badass. I mean, come on. It was so cool, that cutscene revealing this costume to us for the first time. Everyone was like, hell yes, let's go take down Doc Ock now. Alright, now we are getting into top 10 territory. This is my top 10 favorite suits for Spider-Man PS4. So a lot of these suits could have been shuffled around. I'm telling you, I think really only my top 3 I had locked in as my favorite 3. But outside of that, A lot of these suits could have been shuffled around in this top 10. I really do love all of these suits. But coming in at number 10, we got the Spider Armor Mark 1 suit. This comes from the Turf Wars DLC. One of my favorite suits in the game. It looks phenomenal. I really wanted it to be in the game. I believe it was on my DLC wish list for suits I wanted to be in Spider-Man PS4. So I was very happy to see it included into the game. I think my only complaint is that the expressive eyes weren't added to this suit, and I think it really could have worked and complemented this suit especially really well. So that's an unfortunate thing, but still, outside of that, the design of it is fantastic. The emblem on the back looks so cool, and the silver is just awesome. It looks so great in the sunlight with the shine coming off of it. It's a damn good suit. Then at number 9, I got the Manga Suit, or the Spider Clan costume in Spider-Man PS4. This is Brian Intar's pick for his favorite DLC suit in the game, and I can definitely see why. It is the most unique looking costume in all of Spider-Man PS4. It's a completely different design, and I'm really happy to see its inclusion and see it be so unique, because it means that in a future Spider-Man game, if Insomniac makes a Spider-Man 2, which I'm sure that they will, when we get suits in that game, then they can know, like, hey, people like this stuff. They like the Spider-Clan suit. We can give them a little more out there kind of crazy cool designs that maybe are basically a suit jumping off of the pages of a comic book. So I want to see more cel-shaded styled suits like this. I definitely want to see my normal costumes as well, don't get me wrong, but it's really great to see that Insomniac really took a chance on this one and did something very unique and very different from what we've seen with all the suits we had so far in Spider-Man PS4. Then I got the Kaine Scarlet Spider Suit coming in at number 8. This is just a super good looking costume. The vibrant red color there, the black, the eyes, it's just so well designed, and this was one of the first suits that we got in the DLC. I believe this comes from the Heist DLC, and it just looks so good. I mean, there's really nothing I can complain about with this suit. It's so good. Then, number 7, we got the vintage comic book suit. This is one of the main suits that we got in the game. It was cel-shaded. Basically, it looks like it's coming off of the pages of a comic book, just like I was mentioning with the Spider-Clan suit. And it looks fantastic. A lot of the different photo mode options you can get out of this costume are great. Just don't use it during cutscenes is the only thing. It completely breaks immersion. And that's a mistake that I made. You know, I was using it during, like, towards the end of my playthrough of Spider-Man PS4. And I really didn't realize how not great this thing works in cutscenes when you're talking to, like, normally designed people during those cutscenes. But outside of that, it's a cool suit, and it's got one of the funniest suit powers in Spider-Man PS4, where you literally just say quips, and you be a witty Spider-Man. It's great. Then at number 6, I got the Dark Suit. Now, this is the one that you get when you complete all the Black Cat hideouts. At the end of all those side missions, you'll be able to go and visit Black Cat's actual hideout where she was staying, and then she offers you up this suit, and it looks fantastic. The sleek design on it, I love the claws on the hands too, and the red and black just goes so well together. It's another reason why the Kaine Scarlet Spider Suit looks so well, is because red and black are two colors that fit and they mesh well together perfectly. So this suit definitely takes advantage of that, and it looks great. Then, now, as we reach the top 5, at number 5, I have the Spiderverse Suit. We just got this recently in the Silver Lining DLC. This is taking inspiration from the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse film. It is, of course, the Peter Parker designed version of the suit, and it maintains that same animation style that you see from that film within this game, and that's what I love the most about this costume, is the fact that it's basically the animation style that you see in that movie, but in motion within this game. It's just unfortunate, of course, that there's no way to put on a filter on the entire city to make it look like Spider-Verse, because then, oh man, that would have been awesome. But either way, the suit's still in the game. It looks great. Some people complain, well, why didn't we get Miles' suit? Well, Miles is in the game, and he gets the spider powers. It would just be misrepresentation if we were to get Miles' suit being worn by Peter Parker in Spider-Man PS4. So I'm glad that they instead just went with the Peter Parker version. I just think maybe it would have been a lot funnier or a lot cooler if they went with the version from Spider-Verse where he's wearing the sweatpants and he doesn't have the boots on during one of the scenes in the film. That would have been cool. But either way, it's a great looking costume, and I love the design of it and the fact that it maintains that animation style that you see within the Spider-Verse film. Then at number 4, we have the Advanced Suit. This is the costume we were introduced to in Spider-Man PS4, the suit that we first got to get an idea of this game's existence through. When we saw that beautiful white spider on his chest, we were finally given that idea, hey, this isn't based on some movie, this isn't anything we've seen before, this is a completely original Spider-Man game. And I love the design of this costume, I love the white spider logo, and just overall what Insomniac did. It's a very sleek design, and it's definitely one of the best Spidey suits in the lore, in the pantheon of costumes that Spider-Man has, whether that comes from the films, the comic books, or of course the video games. So yeah, this is definitely up there as one of the best. Then number 3, we're going into top 3 territory now. I got the normal comic book Iron Spider suit, of course, coming from the Civil War storyline. This is a great costume, and all the tiny little details, the additional details that Insomniac added to the suit, I'm very happy with. You know, you can see like the repulsor blasts on the palms, you can see that it has like an arc reactor even, and just recently they had an update in the game in which if you're using the Iron Spider legs on this suit, they're all gold rather than having those red accents like you would see if you're using the MCU Iron Spider suit with that suit power. So a very nice touch from Insomniac, and I'm so happy to see it in this game. Another suit that was on my DLC wish list. Then, the runner-up for my favorite suits in Spider-Man PS4, we got the 2099 white suit. This was my number 1 pick for costumes I wanted to have in this game way back when I made my wish list, like 2 years ago now. It was a very long time ago that I had made that wish list, and this was the number 1 suit I wanted into the game, and it definitely lived up to my expectations. It's such a cool suit. The white, the red, the mask looks fantastic. It's overall just such a damn good suit, and it is designed to perfection in Spider-Man PS4. Now, my number 1 suit, my favorite suit in Spider-Man PS4, you guys guessed it, the Scarlet Spider suit. It is so good. I mean, listen, I didn't know how much I was going to love this suit until I saw it in-game. The design is perfect. The hoodie looks awesome. The spray-painted symbol on the front and the back, phenomenal. The strings on the hoodie, just like the homemade suit, and the physics that work with it, amazing. This is the best suit in Spider-Man PS4. It's my number 1 suit in Spider-Man PS4. It is so freaking good, and I love it. I love the Scarlet Spider suit. It's the best suit in this game. There is no other suit out there that I would choose over this suit. Oh, God. Oh, Toby, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Okay. Guys, come on. What, did you think I forgot? No, of course not. I tricked you, alright? My number 1 suit, my actual number 1 suit in Spider-Man PS4. How could it not be the Raimi suit? This was on everyone's top requested suit lists for Spider-Man PS4, and I definitely jumped in on the hype for quite a bit. I wouldn't say that this was my number 1 requested suit to be in the game, but it was definitely up there with my highest requests, and having seen it in the game, now that it's finally here, and how perfectly designed it is with the raised webbing and everything, well, how could it not be my number 1 suit for Spider-Man PS4? It is just perfect. It is everything I wanted it to be. It brought me back to when I was like 4 years old, going to the theater and watching Spider-Man 1 for the first time and being absolutely terrified by the Green Goblin. And just everything about this suit really brings me back to my childhood. But it's not just about the nostalgia. This is still a damn well-designed suit for Spider-Man in any sort of medium for the character. It looks so freaking cool. And I love, too, that out of all the suits in Spider-Man PS4, this one doesn't have web shooters attached to it, of course, because of the fact that in the Spider-Man films that were directed by Sam Raimi, the webs were organic. It's just, it's phenomenal, okay? This is the suit that everyone was waiting for. A lot of controversy surrounding it, for sure, but now that that's all died down, and we can all just kind of celebrate and enjoy that this suit is in the game, we all got to appreciate how freaking good it looks, and it's for sure my favorite suit in Spider-Man PS4. But that's it. My voice is killing me. But hey, listen, okay? This is not the definitive list for Spider-Man PS4 suits in the game. This is just my list. So now I kick it to you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Let me know your suit list from worst to best, or even just give me like a top 10, something. I want to hear what you guys have to think in the comments below. I'm Caboose, and once again, if you could leave a like rating on the video, it shows your support, and I would really appreciate it. And you can click on screen to make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.